Hey y'all, today we're going to make some cute little fabric carrots out of Dollar General cloth napkins. So I just have a little 2x1 piece of wood that I stained in dark walnut. These are the cloth napkins that I got from Dollar General. I got them around the fall season. I was going to do a fall craft with them, never got around to it, so now we're going to make some carrots out of them. So I already had these bamboo stems from Solowood Flowers, so that's what I'm going to use for mine, but you can use wooden dowels instead. So I was able to just cut a little slit in my fabric and just rip out my fabric strips. I do like the look it gives it when you do that. I did try to just cut out some strips of it, but I didn't like the way that looked necessarily, and also you'll see my little kitty was trying to investigate also. Plus, it is a lot faster just to do a little slit and then just rip the fabric instead of having to cut individually. So next I'm just going to drill some holes into my 2x1 piece of wood for our little wooden stems to go down into. So I'm just filling it with a little bit of hot glue and then sticking the stem in there just to secure it. So the fabric strips are 19 inches long, so I'm just folding those in half and cutting them in half because we don't need that much fabric. You will see later in the project that you end up having to trim these up anyway, so don't be too precise on the length of your fabric. You can just always trim it if it's too long. So the next step is just a matter of tying your fabric onto the little wooden stick. And I had this preserved greenery from Solowood Flowers that I'm using, and my stick was a little too long, so I trimmed it up a little bit, which is probably why my scissors are a little dull. But anyway, now you're just going to go in and trim your fabric up so that it's kind of smaller on the bottom and gets wider as it gets to the top, so it's kind of in the shape of a carrot. So I'm just adding a little hot glue to our stick and then adding our greenery onto that. So I was considering adding this to the project, but I ended up not doing that. I ended up going with this instead and just tying this around the base of our greenery to kind of give it a little rustic type look, a little country farmhouse look, and then just trimming it up a little bit to your preference. So y'all know I always love to add a little twine bow to my project, so of course here I am adding a little twine bow to it. So I just thought it gave it a nice cute little touch, and overall I love how this turned out. So I'm just continuing on to the next carrot, and I did find it easier that if you trim up your fabric as you go, then it's a lot easier to do it that way and to kind of like shape it rather than trying to reach in between each layer to trim it up. But again, that's all in your preference. So the third and final carrot I recorded in a different ratio so that I could post it for my Facebook page, so you won't see that one being made, but it's just following the same steps as the other two. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.